Yup, we're having some major technical issues with Kitten and a bunch of people, so I don't know what exactly is going on. As Joe Breezy got a very good start from the bat. We're sorry that you missed the start. You also have
iRoll's doing. He's up in second
yes.
now, and C3's
So
down in fifth.
Right now, as we speak, if Seafreeze is on the right tires, yes he is, he's on the medium, so do not forget, he is on the harder compound, which means he is on the better strategy than everyone else. So he is not going to push from the start, because he knows from a little bird from yesterday, Swarner, who started on that strategy, that once you go onto the softs at the end of the race, you are absolutely flying out there, guys. Like, it is incredible how much you can fly out there. It is just a major difference. The first couple of laps, he took out 5 seconds, and yeah, it was just difficult to see from the start. I mean, are you seeing anything out there? Is anyone crashed off the bat, or is it all?
Well, no. I think everybody seems to be going. There hasn't been any retirements, so. You know, it just
As
seems.
you look at Sequit making a move on his ender into turn 1, sorry about that, but he thinks better of it. He thinks better of that move as Fatal, and Dougie, oh, they tightly touch, but Dougie makes the move stick. So Dougie Falcons is up to 6, and Fatal is down to 7, as B-Smooth's making a move around Dre Diggy. Now, B-Smooth and Dre Diggy are filling in today from Gold. B-Smooth, he had a pretty decent race yesterday. Dre Diggy as well, not too bad until the last corner of the last lap. He spun, and I think he spun, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was an interesting race for a bunch of them. It was a crazy race actually yesterday with the same as qualifying here today with rain, and then going into the race with the dry weather, so they got a little bit lucky. We did not in Silver Class. We had a dry qualifying with a wet race. It was great.
I don't think that would be fun.
Well, Chargers managed to do a 0 stop on that too. Like, he did not stop the entire race, so he went the full race, and
well, you don't have to change tires when it's wet. So.
Nope. He was smart on and especially on the wet tires. If you're on the intermediates, sometimes you will have to, even if it is wet, because if it gets more rain or whatever, you may have to. But gee, Joe Breezy, man, is he on some tear right now? He's pulled out a 3-second time gap to iRoll in this first few laps.
And Sequit has made up 4 spots since the beginning of the race. Hyper Toasters has made up 4 spots, so those are some big winners right there with iRoll. Oh, we just lost Sequit, or Sequit just.
We may have just. Yes, I'm just trying to get Kitten Petter back in this booth here, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try and keep this going, guys. I'm not too sure if he's able to. Oh, I can invite people. Okay. And he is back. So guys, we should have Kitten Petter back here in a minute, so the stream should be going back to TCR shortly once he is able to join the party and get everything up and running. We are sorry for the inconvenience. YouTube seems to, and PlayStation wants to ruin us a little bit today, guys. If you have any questions for us, obviously put them in the bottom of the stream. We greatly appreciate it. I don't know what Swarner was trying to say in the Discord. He was saying, Kitten lagged out of the session. Can you all reset it so he can stream again? So I wonder if they wanted to reset the race, but I don't think they can now with there being 5 laps into the race now, right?
No,
so,
and you got people who've like made major gains and they don't want to lose that.
And I don't want to be in the race again, guys. I really don't. Oh, Kitten's just sending us a party invitation, so we're gonna hop over there.
There we go.
From the entire thing, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, as Seafreeze, he gets really loose through the last turn, and Hyper Toaster is up to 5th now, guys.
6 spots for him now.
We're gonna go back live on the main channel in 3, 2, 1.
Just watching Seafreeze here. He just took that spot back, got a little bit hot going into the first turn. Ooh.
Yes, he did. Seafreeze, are you on now? Kitten?
Yeah, we're live back on the TCR channel. I'm not sure what happened there as we jumped back into the thick of something going on in Curva Grande. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Some spooky things going on out in the world at the moment.
While
someone runs wide there in the background, looked like it was fatal.
Yes, it was.
Into the second experience.
Seafreeze looks like he's struggling.
Fellas, can I get a bit of a
get a go of what happened?
A rundown through the first 5 laps.
Sure, absolutely. So Joe Breezy is pretty much just run away with this race at the start. He's been flying since lap 1. You have Dougie and Iroll and Xander making some good starts as well. And then you also have Seafreeze, who was on the first one on the medium tires. Actually, it's Dougie now, who is making a huge move on Xander. But yeah, Seafreeze and Dougie are the first 2 on the medium tires. Seafreeze looks like he is struggling a little bit as he's coming into turn 1 and he's taken over by Hyper Toaster. Sorry. Sequit was as high as 4th. He was trying to make a move on, was it Dougie Falcon, Mr. Log?
I think so. Yeah, because he was around Dougie there, and he lost. I think he changed for a wing. He's on the hards now.
So his race has been a little bit compromised from the beginning. Other than that, nothing really too much to say. It's just been a
good start.
No one's out.
Well, yeah, as I said, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. My Wi-Fi has been a bit wonky today. I guess it's
that St. Louis Wi-Fi.
Yeah, St. Louis Wi-Fi not working too well at the moment.
The Nationals won the World Series. That might be
I'm always rooting for the NL team. I like real baseball. We've got Seafree. So Iroll came up from, where did he come from? He was sort of fit, didn't he?
Fifth, yes. And Falcon started 6th. Xandamar has gone down 2 spots. Hypertos is actually up 6 spots, so he's had a pretty decent start. Seafreeze is down 3, but I think he's trying to be like, hey, I've got these medium tires. I can stay with you guys enough. I don't need to win the race to win the championship. I just have to beat Iroll. So he knows that towards the end of the race, as long as he's within, I would say, 10 seconds of Iroll, he will have the pace at the end compared to these mediums, or he should do, sorry, I say he should do. It's not guaranteed, but he should do, as there's a yellow flag set for 1. Getting.
Yeah. But I would have to say that also Hyper Toaster's there.
He might have had a spin into the first corner.
Oh, Talon got a 3-second time penalty just through the S's there. I need to relieve myself for a few minutes. I'm just going to mute my mic. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it. We'll take it from here as I try to cobble the pieces together from those first 5 laps. Again, I'm not entirely sure what happened. I saw everybody crashing on the formation lap, and I got a NAT code error, NAT type error in the party. So I tried to join and leave and rejoin, and next thing I knew, I got booted from the entire session altogether. So I had to reset the old Wi-Fi. It took a couple minutes, but here we are. Log on pushing lap 9 with Breezy in pretty front.
He's got a commendable lead, 5.1 second lead here in the first 9 laps. He's doing really well.
Yeah, good stuff. Pretty much the opposite of what happened last week in Baku whenever he lost the lead to iRoll pretty early on with some front end plate damage on his right wing, I believe, and that set him back quite a bit. But as you mentioned, iRoll up into P2. He's 5 seconds back though. Trying to live to fight another day. Maybe Seafreeze will crash in the rest of the races.
Well, we don't want to see anybody crash out of a race, but Seafreeze has got a little bit of work to do.
For the sake of drama, if anybody's going to crash, you might as well see Seafreeze crash. Excuse me. Talon guy looks like he may have had a bit of a problem there. Interesting to see how many people started on mediums, though. I would have figured, we had similar conditions yesterday, and I believe everybody in the top 10 started on softs.
Yeah, well, no, I started the race yesterday on the softs. I felt that it was going to work out, but no, it seems to be medium soft is the way to go. Like you were saying earlier, that going from medium to soft, the soft at the end of the race was just so fast.
It is, yeah. Once you put those fresh softs on, it's like Narcan for your tires. It's quite refreshing. It'll bring it back to life after slaving away under those mediums for a while. It looks like Hyper and Secret has retired. Not sure if that was due to contact, but we do have Seafreeze make a move on Hyper for P4.
They've been battling for quite some time now. I've been watching that develop, and seems to be how Monza goes. You get DRS on the guy, and you overtake him, and then you get overtaken. It's good battles.
Yeah.
Just like you and me yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were going at it hammering a ton. We've got, we have a lot of cautions going on. Looks like Dre might have had a problem as well. Lots of action going on deep down in the pack, but the action really is happening up top. We've got Hyper Twisters and Freeze going at it. And now we have Dougie closing in on iRoll. Looks like those softs are finally starting to wear for iRoll. About 10, 11 laps is the absolute maximum. We think that we can take these tires around.
Yeah, I think Dougie might have them here with the DRS.
Yeah,
no, iRoll's pitting.
iRoll is going to go to the pits. He's going to follow Breezy. Breezy's head to the pits as well. We'll see where they settle out.
New race leader in Dougie Falcon.
And he's going to be able to take these other 5-6 laps if he wants. Looks like Hyper's going to go in. All the soft runners are going in.
He's got a 4.4 second lead over Seafreeze.
He does. I gotta say, Dougie missed last week, but he's back with a vengeance. He's looking pretty solid at the moment. Obviously, without catching those first few laps, I can't accurately describe to you what happened. We'll have to rely on the knowledge of my Quebecois friend Log and Kana, who's not from Quebec, but he is Canadian. But yeah, I gotta say, if we're picking a driver right now, I think Dougie seems like he might be in the strongest position. He was about 6 seconds behind Breezy by the time Breezy pit, but the gap between softs and mediums in race pace can be around 1.2 seconds.
Oh, definitely. But these tires could drop off quickly on Dougie, so it all depends on how he manages these tires to get them to where he needs to get to.
That is true. I think the main thing we're going to want to watch here is that gap between Dougie and Freeze. Freeze, although he wants to win the championship, is certainly going to want to win the championship in style with the 7th win of the season.
Hyper just came into the pit.
Yeah, I think he might have waited a little bit too long for that. Fato's going to cycle past him, Be Good, Smooth's going to cycle past him, and I think Breezy's going to get him easily. Breezy's coming out pretty close. Ooh, and there's going to be a battle between Professional, Be Good.
Yeah, Be Good's looking on him. Oh.
Be Good with a pretty bad qualifying, must be said, after a couple of strong ones in a row. I believe he qualified 13th, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, here he is on Professional, who's doing a little bit better than he did last week. Professional hates Baku. I think he likes Italy a little bit more. And let's see if Be Good stuffs it in the first Lesmo.
He tried. He thought better than to try and get in there.
That's going to open the door for Smooth into the second one.
Smooth pushes him off. Both off track.
Oh boy, and did not get a good look at that. Thanks, Codemasters, for the camera angles. Using the roll cams here, unfortunately. But it looks like B Smooth might have got hooked, and I think he's just gonna leave.
B Smooth is finished. Yeah.
Be Good has gotten back on, but he
finds himself in 12th.
Huh. Interesting set of circumstances there, but we have a big old train going on, and guess who the conductor is? That's right, none other than iRoll. What else is new? Different day, different dollar, same old iRoll. We're heading down the main straight with these guys. Looks like B Good's going to be playing rear gunner here. See if he can hold up Dolph Thou Hoist in Xandermar. Which he does admirably, as we said, as the second driver in Team Quebec. Team Stroll.
Yeah. This is a 4-person battle for about 7th place. No.
Yeah, that's a nice move by Xandermar. Must be set on Dolph Thou Hoist. Found the outside of Curva Grande. Didn't see too much of that yesterday.
He took it a little too easy going into that braking zone.
That's right. But Dothe's on those 12-lap old mediums. Might have just assumed, not really worth it. Just stay behind Xandermar, get that DRS, and hopefully catch back up on the softs. Did anything happen to Xandermar? Because I know he qualified second. He seemed kind of further down the grid because I was trying to...
Xandermar lost 8 spots. I'm not sure what happened to Xandermar, but yeah, he's lost 8 spots, and I'm not sure if he has pitted as well, so...
Yeah, he has pitted too. It does count for something, but I thought he was points if he was in the first place. We'll see how it all plays out in the next couple of laps.
Dougie still has that 4-second lead over Seafreeze.
Looks like it's stabilized there. It's been around 4.2 to 4.0 here the past couple of laps.
Yeah.
GT with another strong performance, coming off that qualifying. I wonder if he can get some solid points. Not sure if anybody in the description put in, or in the comment section put in anything for predictions. Unfortunately, it seems like I was picked in the lobby before I could ask anyone. But yeah.
Who's your prediction? Who do you think is going to win this race today?
I mean, honestly, going into it, I was going to say Dougie or Breezy, which seems like a bit of a front-running kind of thing now. Because I think it would appear those two are favorites, but based off of GT's qualifying performance, give me GT too. I'll take those two, the GT. Even though I don't think that's probably going to happen.
I think Joe Breezy, if he makes this work, I think he can actually, pull it off. He's got the fastest lap, a 122.924.
Absolutely.
Which is wow. That's like over everybody else. No, not over everybody else, but it's the fastest lap.
You're not supposed to play favorites in the commentary booth. But I would have to say that if Breezy gets a win here, that would be nice for him, coming off what has been a pretty difficult season overall for the reigning champion. So look back to Doth. Be good. Looks like we're getting some field spread here as Hyper Toaster is going to be looking to make a move. If not through the chicane, then certainly coming out of the second Lesmo, heading into Ascari in that second wheel also.
Hyper Toaster also has fresher tires by 11 laps.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that he's getting stuck behind this traffic, whereas Freeze and Dougie and those guys probably will not have to deal with it.
No.
Which might play a bit of a role on his eventual.
Dre Diggy's out. Dre Diggy, what happened?
I saw that a few times. Yeah, lots of coming out of Ascari. He's resting up against the inside wall out of the river.
So he sounds like maybe he did exactly what I did yesterday.
Yeah, a little too much inside curve. Yeah,
that inside curve unsettles the car and spins you.
As we're on we're on Talon, and Talon just about did the same exact thing as Dre.
Yeah, it was a good job avoiding that.
Yeah, huge whip oversteer coming out of there, especially on worn tires. That is extremely easy to do.
So Dougie Falcon against, everybody else kind of pitting in now. He's going to make those 15-lap softs go for another lap.
Yep, and we're going to see if the slight undercut from Freezy. I would expect Dougie in at the end of this lap. I'm not sure if he can take much more than this, but I do want to see if Freeze gains or loses time in the grand scheme of things.
Well, he also had to gain like 4 seconds on Dougie, so it's a pretty fast pit stop here.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. We're going to look at Hyper. Looks like he's going to get this move done into Ascari on Be Good quite easily. Yeah, it just breaks way later on those fresher tires. Be Good really did not have a chance there.
No.
Wow. Looks like Freeze actually has come out behind Dope That Hoist. He's on the softs. I think he might be able to make a move coming to
He's going to make the move right here, going into the Parabolica.
Easy as you like. He's going to have DRS on Be Good.
I think he's going to eat Be Good too. Be Good's pitting.
Yeah, Be Good's going to pull off. It looks like it's going to be Freeze, and he came out behind Hyper, but he's going to be on the softs. So let's see how quickly he can gain.
Dougie Falcon is still ahead of Seafreeze.
Yep.
So it has paid off for Dougie.
But it did pay off, but not by a whole lot. He's only got about 2.5 seconds on Freeze. Whenever Freeze went into the pits, it was about 4, maybe a little bit under.
There was a 4-second gap.
But now
he has gained a little bit.
Back out, assimilating his spot in the lead. Up in P1. 8 seconds on iRoll. Looks like Breezy really just has to hold on to it. Carry it on home from here on out, because he's on the same exact strategy in terms of tires.
Well, look at what we have in first place in the interval. We have Joe Breezy now. He's back up into first place with an 8.3 second lead. His race is just, he's just laying it down and driving his drive, and that's it.
Yeah, coming around to him, for sure. Look up. See if Dougie can get the W here. That would be his first of the season. He has had a good run, but he's probably looking at more of a podium. But the real story is going to be Breezy. He's sitting at 3rd in the championship, but without a win. Without a win all season long.
So this could be his first win in platinum in this season.
His coming out party.
Yeah. Well, I think his coming out party was last year. Championship.
Oh, yes.
Welcome back.
Well, I mean, his coming out party for winning a race, so.
Better late than never. Yeah. That's what my mom said during my coming out party.
Dougie Falcon just made the move stick on iRoll, so iRoll finds himself back on.
Easy move, and we're going to look at Dougie as he is going to have to chase Breezy down over the course of these next 9 laps. Is it possible? Is it possible?
Yeah, we're going to see what he can do with those softs against the mediums, this is the right move.
CP was going for a move as well.
Yeah, Freeze isn't too far behind everybody. We got Talon in the same spot. Talon, unfortunately, he lost it coming out of Ascari as well. That was a hard impact. If you look at those tire barriers, he wedged himself underneath one of the sections of tires. So hopefully Talon's all right. Talon, please let us know in the comments if you survived. If not, haven't been to a funeral all year, would prefer not to go to one. Xander and Freeze are going at it. Once again, looks like Freeze did get past Xander while we were checking out Freeze's teammate with a heavy crash coming out of his car. Xander will have DRS, but you got to think Freeze is just going to scamper away with him with those softs.
This is for the championship, guys, as well.
Zandemar's only got like 24% ERS left, so
I think Seafreeze might get him at the end of this lap or the next lap because he is on a tear, and this is the person he needs to beat.
That is true. We have a race for the win of the race. We have a race for the championship on the cards. Disregard the fact that it looks like Freeze is on mediums. He is actually in softs. That is a glitch. Shout out to Codemasters. Well done, fellas. Dougie pours in fastest lap of the race at 1:21.8. He has cut in over a second on Breezy in that past lap alone. He's got 6.8 seconds to go before he can get up to the back of him. And remember how powerful the toe and DRS are around Monza. I would say this could be a pretty solid finish for the race victory.
Seafreeze is just hunting Iroll down.
Yeah, I think Iroll realizes that, I don't think Iroll really can hold on.
Seafreeze has the tire advantage here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, that is, Iroll coming off his second career victory last week. First of 3 seasons, as a matter of fact, despite finishing second a couple years ago. Looks like he is going to have no choice but to give way to what is the presumptive champion at this point, Seafreeze.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Iroh will be able to come back at him.
He will. He will.
Much ERS.
And I'm sure he will. I believe there is some history last season at this track. Iroh did take out Seafreeze along the main straightaway. I think they're fighting for 7th. Iroh had a pretty controversial race. I think he crashed into a few people. Iroh's not going to have anything regardless, unfortunately. As we I'm going to head back to Dougie here. And Dougie has gotten it down to about 5 seconds. He's looking at about a second a lap difference. But Breezy is storing up that ERS for the anticipated battle for the victory in the waning laps of this race. I think that's probably the smart move to make. But with that tire advantage, I mean, those softs aren't going to last forever. They might get a little raggedy towards the end. So it might be more of an even playing field.
Yeah, the softs seem kind of... They drop off pretty quickly.
Yeah. Does anyone have time penalties in the top 5 or 4, should I say?
Connor, can you check that for us?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the most prevalent time for those are in the first couple laps, unfortunately.
So Breezy does have 2 warnings, and then Dougie Falcon has just a single warning. Seafreeze has 3 warnings, so 1 more and he will get a penalty. So has to be careful. Iroh has none, so he has had a pretty solid race.
We do have one prediction, at least in this broadcast. It obviously is broken up a bit. And it is W, who says Breezy will breeze to the victory. Which I would tend to agree with, but as we're hearing now from Kano, it sounds like Breezy is one misstep away from possibly getting that 3-second time.
Yeah, Dougie Falcons also has the fastest lap at 1:21.7, which is almost a second faster than anybody else. So Dougie's on the hunt.
Yeah, since Dougie's first race,
he's cut that down to 3.7 seconds.
Yeah, he's flying. Since Dougie's first race, I think he really gave the overall championship, which was looking a bit in the lace, to be honest, with Freeze running away with it. Dougie really gave a shot in the arm to the entire league where he was battling Freeze pretty much the entire race distance. I'm really excited to see if he wants to do a full season next year, what he can accomplish, because it seems like he's the kind of guy that could contend for a championship if he gets some props in his life.
Yes, yeah, that is very true. And Breezy might have, and unless he does a very bad cut in the corner, he will get one more chance, because I believe Seafreeze has the 3, so he's not exactly at the chance of getting one, but he's close. Closer than W is, let's put it that way.
Oh, excellent stuff here.
Well, we got ourselves a battle.
Xander and Hyper going back and forth through River Grande, and that's going to let GT back in the fight with his soft tires. This is getting fun back here. Between these 3. We got Dre in the comments. He says was running good till Ascari. I believe he was. He was up in the top 10 after starting Forza Rear. Unfortunately for Dre, the same common occurrence that happens to most people. Just a little bit too much curb. Shoots you right up the inside, into that wall.
GT looks like he might be setting up a move for Zandamar. He's going to get DRS now, so
it's going to be a big boost for GT. See if he can end the season on a high note. Oh, he's going to be close. But he's going to have to duck back in last second. Looks like Xander's going to be going on a full defensive mode. As I believe it was Hyper Toasters and Xandamar that were having some pretty incredible battles last week in Baku. Seems to have carried over the southern coast of Europe to beautiful Monza, right outside of Milan.
Now I missed a little bit Kitten and Log there for a few minutes or so. I did happen to miss Secret and Be Smooth going out, so if you could just let me know what had happened, or...
I think Secret had some technical difficulties. He broke his wing. I think he broke it again, and he just retired.
Yeah, we missed Smooth and Be Good got into it. I'm not sure who was at fault. We had pretty bad camera angles running lesbians. They were going side by side. It almost looked like Be Smooth got hooked a little bit by Be Good. I'm not sure. Don't want to throw out any accusations on those guys on Be Good especially. But Be Smooth being a reserve, he spun, and I think he just called it a day after that.
As GT's making a move on Zandamar, sorry there, but he is making a move down the straight now. They do both have DRS, but
just gotta outbreak him with the softs.
Oh,
a little bit of contact.
Wheel banging. Shout out to Sensation. Hopefully he's watching some Sensation. But
making the move still.
GT, yeah.
As GT makes the move,
this is interesting. I'm not sure what Xander did, but he seems to have a lot of pace around Curva Grande, which is a place you don't see a whole lot of overtaking done. But for some reason, he's been just darting all over the place, battling with people through that really fast right-hander.
Seems to be pretty spread out at the top.
It does. It is starting to stabilize. I think those softs are probably coming back down to earth. There's Dougie.
Breezy also deployed a lot of his ERS. He's managing it really well.
Yeah, Dougie's pretty much out. I think he gave it as much as he could as he had the tires under him, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this point.
No.
Unfortunately for him. But fortunately for Freeze, he is not going to be having a problem. He is just taking his time, hanging out, thinking about that champagne that he's about to buy with a fake ID, and I think he'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, it's I think it's pretty much done, eh? Seafreeze is gonna win the championship. Joe Breezy's gonna win the race, barring any last-minute events.
Yeah, barring anything too crazy. It would appear precisely the way this is gonna play out. Unfortunately, a little bit more fireworks towards the end would have been would have been nice, but it's F1. We all know what to expect at this point.
Oh, as Breezy has a 3-second time penalty. This changes everything.
Oh, it does. I was gonna say the only thing that Dougie can rest on right now is knowing that Breezy is close. Might be listening to the
He's got to
broadcast.
keep that 3-second gap.
But Breezy does have ERS in the bank for this precise reason. I think he knew
We're
he
on
was
the
sitting
last
on a
lap.
podium. All he has to do is just empty that tank out and hopefully hang on. I mean, Dougie's completely depleted at the moment. Gonna head back to Hypertoasters and GT here going to turn 1. See if GT can get that top 5. Around the outside, looks like he's going to be able to make it stick. Hyper sticks it in there a little bit, but he could not quite get it. Looks like GT's going to hang on to that quite comfortably as we head back to the top. And
I-roll with the 3-second penalty.
He's going to fall back.
It's going to be actually...
I-roll! Gonna get some. Was it I-roll?
Yeah, it was I-roll. He spun, I think. I missed it, but
he did. He hit the inside curb and just sent him, I think, in the gravel. Oh, he's got some major wing damage.
All he has to do is finish. All he has to do is finish at this point. Is we're gonna head around Parabolic one final time. It looks like it's gonna be Gijo Breezy winning his first race of the season, snapping a 13 race streak without a victory, followed by Falcons, followed by your
new
season
champion.
8, your season 8 champion. Did he cross the line? I don't think he crossed the line. I think he just. I think he.
Oh
was
no!
So I
think you end up collecting hyper toasters there because of that.
Oh no! So. Barring any last-minute events. Wow!
See, Freeze is now done.
What just happened here, boys? What in the actual...
He was trying to do some burnouts on the start.
I think he was trying to do some Schumacher level.
Yeah, you gotta cross the line before you do the Schumacher stuff.
Schumacher level back and forth. And I think he caught a little bit of the grass. Wound up
oh no!
Now we're gonna have to see how that plays out with the penalties here.
Wow.
I don't want to celebrate too quickly. I think Kano definitely jinxed him.
I definitely think he's gonna, because if you look at...
Okay, well, we don't have time to explain right now, Kano. Good win from Breezy. And it looks... Is that GT on the podium? Did GT make the podium after all?
That is true, yes. That
TCR
is.
live and Dougie Falcon makes it stick.
What a wild and crazy day. I guess this is what you get with races on Halloween. It looks like Freeze does
just manage to make it stick.
Freeze does win the championship. We should clarify. Freeze did, despite what was a pretty big blunder there, taking a little bit of grass as he was trying to celebrate prior to the line. I roll an 8 that clinches it for him. Breezy in P1, Dougie in P2 is third vote in the season. GT with by far his best finish of the season. Hey, those were my predictions. I said GT was going to be podium. GT with his best finish in P3. Hypertoasters with his best finish in P4. Xander in P5. Fatal, another good finish in 6. Freeze, I-roll. Doubt the Hoist, Be Good in P10.
I have a question for you too, gentlemen. I know last week and a few weeks you haven't been doing after interviews with racers because of a couple things. JB it's really late for him and he's pretty tired when he does it. But should we get the top 3 and should we get Seafreeze in there because he is the champion now? Maybe get a word from him because he is the champion.
Definitely. I want to know what happened too at the end. I'm curious. Let's get him in here.
That's true. Give me just a second here, as I'll invite those guys to the party.